What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends, not wasting any time at all. It is Thursday, the 9th of January. Here we are sitting with about 19 hours and 33 minutes left, 4 hours and 30 minutes into the day already, sitting at about $94,100. The question at hand is, have we bottomed out? Are we going lower? Is it time to move up, right? And I hopefully will answer that question by the end of this video, or probably in the next minute. So if that sounds good to you, hit the like button, subscribe, let's get into it. Looking at this on a 4-hour basis, I think is a good kind of perspective as to where we are. If you look at this range that we've been in since the end of November here, right, this kind of box that we've been in, excluding this little blemish, if you took that out, it's basically a pretty well-refined box, well-respected box. Every time we've been down in this area on the price action, we've found support, but I didn't need to tell you that, right? You could have just looked at the RSI. You could have looked at the relative strength index here and saw that every time you were in the oversold zone, that corresponded with an area that you were bouncing from, right? Even when you got near the oversold zone, but you weren't actually in it, right? Maybe not down here, that wasn't in this range, but here, low in the oversold zone, low in the price. Here, that was a low in the price, but you closed up here, so it doesn't reflect in the RSI, but that's fine, whatever. Here, low in the price, like not the lowest low in the price, but definitely a relatively low area that you bounced from, low in the RSI. Same thing over here, same thing over here, same thing, I'm assuming, right here, right? It's not that hard to get. They say the trend is your friend until the end, and that's good for uptrends, it's good for downtrends, it's good for sideways trends as well. I do assume that we are bouncing from here, and we will see prices above 96K probably by the time most of you are watching this video, if not by the time I make tomorrow's video. So I would think within the next 24 hours we will be back above 96K. Here we are at 94K now. On the 1 hour time frame, if we look at this, we've got some nice bullish divergence forming, right? Higher lows on higher lows, lower lows on lower lows. There is some hidden bearish divergence too, to be completely fair, and that's probably why we're moving down now. We could close a little bit lower. We might move, we're at about 94K now. That could have been it, guys. We might be moving up now, or if we do go a little bit lower down to about 93K, just below 94K again, that's fine, right? I don't suspect we will see lower lows than this. So again, my anticipation is that we are at these lows. We're going to figure things out for maybe 30 minutes, maybe 4 hours, maybe 8 hours, but soon, probably within the next day, we will have some resolution, I think, to the upside. And again, 96K, it's not the target. It's just a safe number that I feel calling for, that we will be above 96K by tomorrow's video. If we look at this relative high to low here, 96.3K is the 382, so maybe I should say 96.3K. We might not be above that by tomorrow's video, or like whenever I make it, but I should say the price will likely get above there. I don't know where the price will be by tomorrow's video. It could have gone prodded up here, and then by tomorrow's video we're a little bit lower, but I suspect we will have at least gone above this line within the next 24 hours, if not dramatically higher, right? We could be well above 98K or even above 100K by tomorrow's video. I don't know, but I do suspect that this is the low. That's the main essence of this video. Let's kind of move on from that and just give some general price predictions as to where I expect we're going to go. If we take the overall high to the overall low of this range right here, high to low, the next target based off of this fib right here would specifically be 113,000 to 120,000. That is our primary target zone. Once we're done with that, you break above 120K. Whenever you get any day to close above 120K, the immediate next zone to consider would be 126K. It's 125.8, so we're rounding up 126K to about 142K. And I do suspect that we will hit this secondary zone by the end of January, so at least 125, basically 126K is to be expected by the end of January. I think that 134 might be the cap that we could see by the end of this month. Those are my expectations. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. So if you guys like this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I'm not worried about the price action at all. I think that we're about to rip, guys. This is definitely buy the dip territory. And if you haven't bought the dip, if you have any money on the sidelines, if you're considering or waiting to buy lower, it's not the time of the market to do that, man. It really is not the time of the market to do that. And you know what? I was actually about to end the video, but let's just real quick, okay? Just to show you how not the time it is to be messing around, right? You need to get in. I would say get in or get out, but I don't even want to say get out. You need to be in the markets right now, and I'll show you why. Okay, so we look at not the very first cycle, but maybe the first cycle with a Bitcoin halving in it. Okay, so from the low here, from the low, not the first low here, but the second low, the one that basically started your bull cycle here, right? You started moving up here pretty fast, a little bit here, but I would say really your cycle started like taking off at a higher speed, basically right around here, right? So that was about, I would say, let's go ahead and say right there, 60 weeks in. From your low, 60 weeks in, that's how long it took you, 60 weeks on the weekly time frame for you to really get things going. You already had things going, but again, you had your halving here in July, or no, I'm sorry, this is 2012, November. You had your halving at the end of November here, and then you had your pre-halving high here. Once you broke that pre-halving high, you really got things going, and that was 60 weeks after your low. Okay, and you're going to notice a trend here, okay? This low, again, not the first low, not the end of the bear cycle, but more so the beginning of the bull cycle, this low here, to when things really started to take off. You took off a little bit here, you took off a little bit here, even here. I would personally say things probably really started to take off like around here, okay? 87 weeks, maybe from the low, if we want to do that, it probably like really started to take off around here, so 84 weeks. So we're seeing a trend increase, 60 to 84 weeks, okay? Right, from the low, 60 to 84 weeks. We're seeing it take longer. First off, the cycle was bigger. You can see that in a time frame, but it also took longer for things to really get going. Again, 2016 here, July, this was your halving. You had a pre-halving high right here. Once you broke out of that high, that pre-halving high, you had your post-halving rally. That's also whenever things really started to take off. It wasn't immediately once you broke out of that high, but it was afterwards still. Nevertheless, after your pre-halving high, both times that you broke out, that's whenever you saw it. But really 60 weeks, 84 weeks. Okay, moving on from there. Next cycle, we go from the low here, right there, low. You really started to get things going here, I suppose, but the cycle probably didn't really take off until about here, until this week. So it's getting longer. You can see it, right? 60 weeks, 84 weeks, 96 weeks. I think it's obvious, right? And to where I'm drawing these lines to and from, right? We go to this one here, and I would say it's debatable. It's debatable maybe where to draw that low. Maybe I should draw it from over here. I mean, this was your low right there, and that was like the quote-unquote beginning of the bull cycle, right? Because it was only higher lows and higher highs from there. Maybe it's debatable that it was here. I don't know. If it was there, that's going to shave off about 7 weeks, but tomato, tomato at this point. At this point, we're at 111 weeks. If we shaved off 7 weeks, it would be 104. Okay, so 104, 111, whatever you want to say. That's about 96 weeks. It's a little bit longer, just like we've seen in this trend here. 60 weeks, 84 weeks, 96 weeks, 111 weeks. It seems like it's getting longer each time. And regardless of how long this one's going to be, is it going to be 111 weeks? Is it from here? Is it only 104 weeks? And maybe it'll be 108 weeks, however long it's going to be. In no time at all, guys, in no time at all, one way or another, we are about to break out. We are at that point where likely we do see Bitcoin take off at the fastest pace of the cycle that we've seen, that we will see, right? This is that finale phase. That's what we were measuring to this whole time. So it's not the time to play this game of should I get in, should I not be in? Should I try to be smart and catch the low? If you're thinking like that at all, you're delusional, and it's no offense. I'm not trying to be offensive, right? I love you all. I really do. But if you're thinking like that, I want to try and catch the low. I want to maximize things. You're up here, bro. The time for that was down here, or at the very least here, or somewhere in between. But it's not now. Now it's you take it or you leave it. So either get in or don't. But the don't part would be a bad idea. And this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You do what you want with your money. But damn it, if I was a certified financial advisor, I'd probably, I'm just saying, I'd probably say that stuff. But but I'm not, so I'm not saying that. That's my opinion. It's my opinion. It's not advice. You do what you want with your money because it's your money. But anyways, guys, I think I made the point. I think I've said everything I need to say. If you like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Bitcoin's about to blast off. It's not only about to blast off, but it's about to blast off at a faster pace than it has this whole cycle, right? And with that, I leave you. So take care. Peace out. Bye-bye.